What did he do?
Day. Horrible stuff, man. It's here and here. Oh, it's all of it, man. It's all of it. Day 1340. Like an idiot. I'm so annoyed that I messed that up yesterday, man. And like I said, I was looking at my phone. I was actually looking at my phone, so nonsense, utter nonsense. So gotta hold this L. Yeah, as for today, work, it was a lot quieter. The busy period is now over, so things are probably not going to be great going forward for these next few months, because quiet period, as I think I've mentioned probably more than once as well up at my workplace, is when things are quiet. Managers have the ability to focus on things more and nitpick more and micromanage more, and yeah, just be like, oh, so why aren't you doing this? Oh, let's look at your figures. Let's scrutinize this, that. Oh, that uniform's slightly incorrect. Right, let's have a word. Yeah, all kinds of stuff, so all that fun to look forward to. It probably won't affect me massively. It will probably affect me a little bit, but probably not massively. So I guess a benefit of my working arrangement and the hours that I work, and yeah, when I work, which is the hours that I work, and just kind of who is managing me as well. Obviously people can, I'm not saying no one can talk to me, obviously people can come chat to me, but you know, you're gonna have to go through a certain chain if you really want to escalate stuff, which I don't think they will with me. They probably won't want to, particularly considering who my manager is. My manager's got my back, you know. But again, no one is beyond reproach. Anyone can get it. You're never too big to get taken down. So stay woke. Get me? You get me? Sound like I'm chatting rubbish. Partially am. Did have a brief moment where I panicked. It looked like, so my liquidity position that I've been in, it's slowly just decreasing, partly due to the prices dipping, like the price of both Aero and CBBTC dropping. But also there's a thing that I need to bear in mind, is that so VFAT have an auto rebalance function, which is good. However, there is a caveat to that. It can also be bad, because if my range is too narrow, which my range is relatively narrow, if it is too narrow and the price swings too much, when it falls out of range, obviously VFAT, if you enable it, it has auto rebalance. So like, oh, okay, close that position, let's start a new one. See, when it closes it, there's a fee. When it reopens it, there's a fee. All of that will eat into my capital, my principal. And over time, obviously, if there's too much closing and opening of positions, yeah, the money just shrinks. And then even worse, if the price of the actual underlying assets are decreasing as well. Yeah, it's just not a good recipe, quite frankly. So I've decided to turn off auto rebalance just for now, and I'm going to see how I fare, maybe for like the next day or so. And I'll just have to, because worst case scenario, it falls out of range, but then if you don't have auto rebalance turned on, then you're just out of range, which worst case scenario, you're just not earning anything. And obviously the price can decrease, but there's no additional fees on top of that with the whole closing a position and then reopening a position. So there's less chance for money to get flipping taken out. I have said to myself in my mind that, yeah, because in my mind I'd planned to have 10 grand USD. Now obviously I have more than that, but it's dropped from like 13,000 and something to recently just like 11,900. and something, which is not great. And that's literally over the course of like a couple of days. But yeah, in my mind, I have 10k as like a baseline. To be fair, I had less than that before. It was like about 7 grand before. But 10 grand to me is what I have in my head. So if it drops a bit further, I think still I have a, you know, reasonable baseline, or something that I would be okay with, you know. So yeah, let's see what happens with that. But yeah, anyways, what I was gonna say, shoot, I'm run out of time. As I was gonna say, I had a moment where I'd probably built up in terms of fees about over $200. It was 200 and something. And because I've got auto rebalance set up, I've got this thing called a harvest set up, whereby when it closes your position, it harvests your fees and then it drops it into your wallet. Now, I was looking, and it looked like my position had been closed because my fees had gone right down. It was like I'd only got like $14 worth of fees that I could claim. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. But then I looked at my wallet and there wasn't an additional 200 plus in there. So I was like, what's going on? And I did, because I messed about with the settings a little bit. I was like, have I screwed up? Is there a platform issue? I was stressing. But it turns out it was just an interface issue, thank God. So I just had to update my MetaMask, and it was in there. So thank the Lord. Always investigate, always, particularly with crypto. This is why it's not user-friendly, man. I barely know what I'm doing, and I have a rough idea of what I'm doing, and I don't have a clue. So imagine someone who doesn't know what they're doing. It's chaos. Anywho, I need to write an angry email. If you'll excuse me, I'm going to go. That's day 1340. I'll catch you tomorrow for day 1341.